Welcome to UC Bearcats and the Prowl, part of the Grueling Truth Radio Network. Brought to you by MyBookie AG, MyBookie AG, where you can bet on college sports. We recommend it, but you can totally do that. So, Mark, what have the Bearcats been up to?
Well, they had a rough game on Saturday. I say rough. They lost to the number 5 team in the country, 66-60. Which isn't a bad showing. They hung with them. It's just tough after the loss to Xavier to pile that up with a loss to another team, no matter who it is. So then they were able to rebound last night with a nice win over an undefeated Mississippi State team. So it was that was nice to see and nice to have get that win back on the books and stop the losing way. So 2 games, 1-1, not bad.
Hey, and the important thing to know about that, the 2-game losing streak is, that neither one of them were at home. And, what? Florida had 3 games in a row, and they're still number 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, looking at that Florida game, I got frustrated at the end. Jacob Evans goes up for a tying shot from the free throw line late in the game, gets clearly hacked on the arm. And there's no call, so that was frustrating, especially since then the shot went off of Gary Clark's hand out of bounds, and Florida was able to go from there and make 4 free throws and end up winning the game 66-60. A little frustrating, but it's early, and the team Mick scheduled these games so they could get used to playing tougher competition. That was a talking point in the Mississippi State game last night with commentators was they wanted to schedule some tougher teams so when they get into the tournament they don't have what happened to them last year in the second half against UCLA happen again. So there's a learning curve.
Exactly. You got to play tough teams if you're wanting to be able to do that later in the year to be accustomed to it. And you can't have those games where you're just running away with it and hiding. No offense to Alabama State, but offense to Alabama State because, that is not going to prepare you for anything.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't do them any good to get those win padding games, those stat padding games. I think it was better that the team went out, their point guard struggled, turned the ball over 20-plus times, and they lost to a really good team. It did more for them than playing one of the developmental schools out, and dominating them. We're not going to learn what Kane Broom and Justin Jennifer need to work on in those games.
Yeah, no offense to Kyle, but Kyle Washington, when did he become a point guard?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know that needs to continue. It was good to see him score a little bit last night.
Turnovers? Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
For a big man, that's kind of odd. I get Jacob Evans, not that you want 5 off of him, or 2 off of Broom isn't so bad. That happens. But it just seems like everybody had a couple. That's the problem, that they all contributed with, like you said, 21 turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like we just said, they're facing a better defense. They're facing better pressure than they will against Alabama State or any of those other schools like that. So to me, it's a loss, and the people that do the national rankings are going to bump them down a few spots because they lost to a top-rated team. That's not the point. The point is they got good experience. They hung with them. Bad call.
Exactly.
So
it was on a neutral site, so that helped. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a home game. And then the one that I really care about is the next one.
UCLA.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, they're getting that tough schedule. So these are all 4 teams that should be in the tournament: Xavier, Florida, Mississippi State, and UCLA. So if they can go 2-2, we're happy. If they go 1-3, not so much. But if they go 2-2, I can see that.
Yeah, I'll take 2-2 out of that stretch, especially with a team that's still trying to find its way a little bit with its point guards, Kane and Justin. And Kyle Washington hasn't been on yet. He had a good game last night against Mississippi State. And Jacob Evans, he really hasn't contributed a ton. He had a good game against Florida, but he's been invisible at times. So I think a 2-2 stretch out of those 4 is good. 1-3, I definitely would not like. I think they need to win this game against UCLA.
Very true. I mean, like you said, I mean, you can't have that many losses in a row and feel comfortable with it going into the postseason. But yeah, Jacob's better game though was last night. I mean, against Mississippi State. The one against Florida, he ended up missing. He was 0 for 4 for 3. Now that's rough. I mean, at least
that is rough.
7. I mean, he scored in both games, but it's just that shooting percentage that just drives you crazy sometimes. Because of course, and I love talking about the other half of UC, the UC women's team, and that's one of the things that just drives me crazy with Anna Owen. Sometimes she's one of their better players, and coach has nothing but faith in her. But there are some times where I'm like, have her stop shooting the dang ball. Her shoot percentage is not good today. Let someone else try. But coach is like, no, we're gonna have her shoot her way out. I'm like, I don't know. And, it's just different philosophies. Because my philosophy, some nights you just aren't going to have it. And you need to become more of a distributor. But, and then sometimes you can shoot your way out of it. But I don't know. It might be my bias from back in the day with Allen Iverson when he would try to shoot his way out of everything. Some nights he couldn't shoot his way out of a paper bag. So I agree with you. The UCLA game is huge. And then the nice thing is that following week we have 2 home games for people to check out at BB&T Arena. Got the Arkansas Pine Bluff, which, okay. Well, the important thing is UC is playing in the game.
Exactly.
Because the Arkansas part, I'm like, if they were playing the real Arkansas, that might be interesting. And then you have Cleveland State, which is interesting because that'll be Cleveland. They'll end up getting to play at BB&T Arena twice this year because, of course, they're playing against Northern in conference, so that'll be nice. Yeah, so I plan on going to the Thursday game. Probably won't make the Arkansas game, but the Cleveland State's not bad. They're not world beater, but they're not bad. So they should be worth checking out. And then, of course, Sunday game at so actually there's that's the following week. The Sunday game versus Memphis. And Memphis is a tough school. They end up beating NKU by 2 points in Memphis. So it's kind of funny, once again, that whole NKU-UC connection this year where, if it would have been home games for both of them, Memphis would have been playing at the same place twice. So that's just kind of one of the things that interest me.
Yeah.
And then switching to the other half of the team, I was at the Crosstown Shootout on Sunday.
Yeah, what the women play Xavier, so that'll be a fun time. That's at was that at Ursuline?
It was at no, that was at Cintas. Yeah, because that's the weird thing. I always think they should do one at each, but they haven't
alternate
at the same place. Yeah. So if it's at the mid, if UC gets the men's, Xavier gets the women's, or vice versa. But they tend to have them both at the same place each year, which I don't know. That's one of those little critiques that it's probably not a big thing, but it just seems more fitting. And then that was a heck of a close game. Like I was saying, unfortunately, with that sometimes it feels Anna just keeps shooting too dang much. Because Xavier was smart. They, even though they're young, because they do have a nice young squad, they were limiting UC's touches on the inside.
Were they? Okay.
And they really focused on the interior defense. Now, don't get me wrong.
Down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were packing in on the inside. They're like daring them to shoot. They're like, if you can make the shots from outside, you win. We're not, going to be bothered by that, but we're not going to let you win down low. I mean, Angel Rosero still had a great game down low. I mean, she was 6 of 11, made her free throws, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, Johnson had a tough time, and she's one of the better players on the UC women's team. I mean, she's just a hard-nosed defensive player. She's great. She's worth checking out, watching. And and then one of their outside players, Sam Rogers, didn't really take that many shots, and she's one of their better three-point shooters. So it was, it was a tough one there, but it happened. So this week, like you mentioned, they played St. Ursula. So they got Howard on Thursday, which is, once again, one of those teams that don't inspire you. But, still a fun game. You can go see the Bearcats. Now, the game that's totally worth going to see is Sunday because, like last week, I hyped it up, and I'm going to keep hyping it up, is Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah, they're number 13 in the country right now.
Exactly. And at that point, they will be higher than that this year because they are so talented. So they're definitely worth going to see. There's another game the following week, Bowling Green. So there's some nice home games. And, of course, and I always forget to mention this important detail, a lot of UC sports, as opposed to NKU and Xavier, are free. I mean, women's basketball is free. I believe volleyball is free. I think the swimming's free, soccer, and the track stuff. So, I mean, definitely take advantage. Take your family out to it and, have a nice evening.
Yeah. Yeah, it costs you nothing. So
exactly. So, yeah, you get to go out, see a good basketball game, see them up close, especially that Ohio State game. Actually, with that one, get there early because I actually believe that one is going to be crowded. Like I said, I mean, with, being in the state of Ohio, Cincinnati area, there's going to be some Ohio State fans that are going to go to that game. And it's just, a smaller venue. And it's just big-time basketball. So it's definitely worth seeing. And then to finish up, unfortunately, I didn't get over there today. I should have, but I did not. So I blame myself there. They did a tour of Fifth Third, so they're kind of following up on the progression. And they announced the price list. So, Mark, how many of those? Let's see, what was the section that I thought was really? Yeah, the new seating area and prices, courtside club seats. Of course, you get 4 or 8 of them?
Yeah, probably none. What was the price on those?
Let's see, it's $5,000 annually per seat donation. So that's just basically seat licensing. And then it's $1,250 cost per ticket.
Wow. Yeah.
That is insane.
They got to make their money somehow.
Yeah. I mean, there's making money, and there's whatever the heck that is. That is just, wow.
Yeah, that's but you know what? Good seats, and it's for the big donors. So
yeah, definitely. It's I was gonna say it's for a certain crowd. It sure the heck ain't us. Yeah, I mean, lodge boxes, Champions Club seats, premium seats, inclined seats. It is going to be a really nice venue, though. I mean, it is definitely
it really is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even now with, when I go to the games and I'm in the stands, I'm usually in the upper section. It's cheaper. But the seats are good. They're good. There's a good view. Very little obstruction. So it's going to be just even better. I think it's going to give it more of a, kind of a Duke-ish feel to it, or a, one of those schools. Definitely not Rupp because Rupp's so much bigger, but, kind of a Duke-ish or a kind of ACC, SEC feel to it, a bigger school. So it's going to be good. It'll help recruiting. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at some of the features they're going to have, the 360-degree concourse, it's going to be nice. New padded chairs, cup holders throughout most of the arena. Just, I mean, all kinds of nice things. A 542 club, new hospitality areas. I mean, it's looking, sounding really nice. State-of-the-art scoreboards. Yeah, I mean, wow. So, yeah, it definitely is going to be a nice venue. And, of course, they're going to start with playing against Ohio State. They added that already. So, yeah, they're going to be getting some more big games at their venue. So more schools are going to be willing to come over and play at such a nice new arena.
Right. And I think one of the things you covered, that 360-degree concourse is going to be huge because, the way it is now, you got basically two concourses connected by two halls. And there's there's a traffic problem. You know, I mean, there's a traffic problem with getting in and out, and then, you know, halftime isn't that long. Yeah. And you want to go get something to drink, you want to go to the bathroom and stuff like that, and it gets choked down. It's too tight. I think that's going to make it really nice and a really good fan experience, having the 360, you know, running all the way around the stadium instead of just the two sections. I think that'll help out a lot.
Exactly. And I have to give you credit for being nice to them and saying that there were 2 hallways and 2 concourses. To me, there's just 4 hallways because those things are so dang small. Like, I mean, if you're on the lower level, they got a nice concession area. But, yeah, on the on that perimeter when you first come in, oh, my gosh, that thing is just so it gives you a claustrophobic feel to it.
It does. You come in the doors and you get about 10 steps to the steps up.
Exactly.
And it gets so crowded, especially when they have the beer carts right by the doors, because they are close to the doors, because there's really nowhere else to put them. So I think it's going to be I think it'll be huge having that area.
Yeah, and the nice thing is they were saying something like some insane number of 72 point of sales for food and beverage items. I mean, that's impressive.
Well, that's almost, 8 times what they got now.
Exactly. So, I mean, that makes it so much better. Like you said, you know, with limited time between quarters and halves, and being able to go do that and get back into the game, yeah, that's nice. And then, of course, the other thing that we're all concerned about, being able to go do and get back to the game, they're going to have an 87% increase in women's bathroom and a 48% increase in the men's bathroom.
Good. They need it.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know how that is. Getting there and there's a line and it just, when you're missing, parts of the game, where this, you don't have to worry about now. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a great place to go see games at, and definitely for, check out more at, the UC website.
Yep.
Any final thoughts?
No, let's just see what happens in that UCLA game. You know, UC's defense against UCLA's offense, and hopefully the defense prevails.
Definitely. I mean, they need to really show what they can do. I mean, they have such talent on this team, and they've done good things so far. And, you know, like you said, it's only 2 games that they've lost, but it's just when they lost them is really the issue. You know,
it gets frustrating.
They're fresh on the mind. You end up going into the finals weeks and all, and not getting to play consistently at that point, so it just starts to wear on hopefully not wearing on the players, but it, of course it's top of the mind on the fans. So
exactly.
Well, for the Grueling Truth Radio Network, the UC Bearcats on the Prowl, iBookie.ag, where you can bet on college sports. And Mark Fightmaster and James Ernest, we're signing off.